Greetings, Guardians. This is Olympus Alliance. Today we're taking our very first look at a brand new hero coming to Hero Wars Alliance, and this one already looks like a serious threat. His name is Drayne. This is not a full guide. This is not a build video. This is a first look, focused on understanding his role, his mechanics, and why he could become a dangerous addition to Eternity lineups once players start unlocking and testing him properly. Drayne is introduced as a frontline warrior from the Way of Eternity, with strength as his main stat. From what we can already see, his design philosophy is very clear: constant pressure, area damage, and execution. He is not about burst in one moment, he is about dealing damage as often as possible, steadily breaking through enemy formations. One of the most important things to understand right away is where Drayne wants to stand. Even though he is classified as a frontline warrior, he is not meant to be left alone. Everything about his kit suggests that he performs best behind a proper tank, especially tanks that can absorb early pressure and stabilize the fight. Corvus and Electra immediately stand out as natural partners, particularly in Eternity compositions, because they allow Drayne to stay active long enough to do what he does best. And what Drayne does best is hit a lot. Let's talk about his skills, starting with the core idea behind them. Drayne's kit revolves around repeated area damage, extended reach, and punishing wounded enemies. His first skill, Rising Tornado, shows this philosophy perfectly. He spins his sword, dealing damage multiple times to enemies in front of him. When activated, he grows in size for several seconds, increasing his physical attack and, very importantly, the range of all his skills. This means Drayne doesn't just hit harder, he hits more targets, more consistently, and from safer positions as the fight goes on. This already tells us something critical: Drayne scales extremely well with time. The longer he remains active, the more oppressive he becomes. His second skill, Shatter Strike, reinforces this even further. Every few basic attacks, he deals damage to all enemies around him, and this strike counts as a basic attack itself. That detail matters, because it means this damage interacts with other mechanics that trigger on basic attacks. In practice, this makes Drayne feel like a walking damage engine, constantly pulsing pressure into the enemy team. Then we get to Power Charge, which adds a strong supportive angle to his kit. Drayne increases crushing for himself and all allies behind him, while attacking enemies in front. This is especially important in Eternity teams, where positioning and layered pressure matter a lot. Crushing bonuses allow physical damage dealers to cut through defenses more effectively, which means Drayne isn't just dealing damage, he's enabling others to do the same. And finally, the skill that will probably define his identity once players start facing him regularly: Final Verdict. This is the execution tool. Drayne's attacks and skills can instantly kill enemies with low health, and enemies killed by him cannot be resurrected. That single line has massive implications. Resurrection mechanics are a core part of the current meta, and any hero that can shut them down immediately deserves attention. This makes Drayne particularly dangerous against teams relying on heroes like Astaroth, Kayla, or Aiden, not because he directly counters them alone, but because he removes the safety net those teams depend on. From a strategic point of view, this turns Drayne into a finisher. He doesn't need to be the one who starts the fight, but he's extremely good at ending it. Now, let's talk about synergy. Drayne naturally fits into Eternity cores, especially when paired with Tempus. Tempus helps control tempo, slow enemies, and create windows where Drayne can stay active longer. At the same time, Drayne benefits from sustain and protection behind him. Interestingly, early information suggests that if Drayne is supported by heroes like Soleil and Burner, it may even be possible to reduce reliance on a traditional tank altogether, but that's something that will need proper testing once he is available in real combat. And that brings us to availability. Drayne arrives in Dominion on January 19th, through the Hero of Two Worlds adventure. Players will be able to summon him for free and explore his story. This is important, because it means everyone will get access to him, not just spenders, and the real meta impact will depend on how quickly players learn to use him correctly. Right now, the takeaway is simple. Drayne is not a flashy gimmick hero. He is a pressure hero. A grinder. A finisher. He rewards good positioning, proper protection, and smart team construction. And while it's too early to crown him as dominant or broken, everything we've seen so far suggests that ignoring him would be a mistake. This is just the beginning. Once Drayne is fully released and we can test him in real fights, we'll break down his builds, his priority stats, his best partners, and his real counters, the Olympus Alliance way. Until then, Guardians, stay sharp, watch the battlefield closely, and prepare your eternity cause. Stay tuned, stay sharp, and as always, salute and friendship.